Good morning and welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. It's a beautiful day. The crescent moon is still high in the sky, and just a minute ago there was a canyon wren doing her call. When I grew up, there were a lot of canyon wrens around here, and unfortunately there are not as many anymore. So it was really nice to hear her song this morning, which sounds a bit like this. And they'll just do that song over and over again, and it's a really pretty melody. So I hope she shows up again, but we'll see. Today I would like to read a piece that I just really felt a lot in my bones and in the core of my being. And it is titled The Last Breath and the Chamber of Reflection by Jason Gray. There comes a moment, silent, still, unannounced, when the breath stills and the veil thins. It is not loud. It is not violent. It does not knock or scream. It arrives as a whisper within the soul, a quiet descent into the place every being must go. The chamber of reflection. This is where it ends and begins again. It is the black mirror, the void. The sacred tomb that is not a tomb, but a womb, where the echoes of all your choices return to you. There is no priest, no jury, no applause, only truth. Here your life plays before you, not as a film, but as a feeling. You do not watch, you relive. Every thought, every lie, every moment you lifted someone or broke them. Every instant of arrogance, cruelty, grace, or kindness. They return, embodied in your own field of being. The tests of life. This world was not designed for ease. It is not a playground. It is not a throne. It is a crucible. You were born into the temporary plane with a forgetting, a veil drawn between your origin and your objective. Not to punish you, but to test you. This world is a series of alchemical flames, betrayal, lust, grief, addiction, power, poverty, ego, loss, despair, love. Every soul here is given guidance more than they realize. Whispers in dreams, synchronicities that defy logic, strangers sent to deliver timely words, ancient texts, sacred symbols, moments of pure stillness in chaos. What do most people do with this divine guidance? They mock it. They scroll past it. They ridicule the messengers. They laugh at prophecy. They call wisdom conspiracy and call ignorance science. They praise death while calling it life. They worship flesh while starving the soul. They build altars to distraction, thinking it makes them free. Then they think of themselves as enlightened. The great denial. The majority cling to the illusion that they are in control, that their intellect alone will navigate the vast ocean of being. that their opinions override universal law, that their pride will shield them from consequence. They think their cleverness will save them. No one escapes the chamber. No one. The rich, the poor, the educated, the self-righteous, the spiritual tourist, the nihilist, the influencer, the priest. Every being must pass through the mirror. Free will and the cost of disharmony. You were given free will, yes. Unfortunately, free will is not free. It is the most sacred responsibility a soul can carry. Every decision creates a resonance, a frequency signature that ripples across dimensions. This is not poetry. This is law. Celestial. Immutable. If you vibrate low, if you choose deceit, ego, greed, violence, control, manipulation, you lower your soul's tone. You become heavy, dense, dim. When the body expires, the soul rises. It rises only to the level of its earned frequency, not the frequency it believed it had, not the frequency it pretended to possess, but to the frequency it forged through action. Low vibrational beings do not ascend. They descend, not as punishment, but because light repels what is heavy. You do not join the higher worlds unless you are in harmony with them. Not by petition, not by belief, but by frequency. The final silence. In the chamber of reflection, your beliefs die. What remains is not your religion, not your worldview, not your brand, not your following, not your awards, not your excuses. What remains is you, undressed before truth. Your soul, not your story, now stands in the presence of divine reckoning. You will remember every moment you were told, every sign you ignored, every teaching you laughed at, every truth you spat on, every sacred flame you put out because it made you uncomfortable. The chamber is not cruel. It is merciful, for it shows you everything, not to shame you, but to let you see what you truly are. From there comes judgment, not by God, by you. Your highest self will look at the path you chose. It will either weep or rejoice. The path of the wise. So few in every generation listen. They choose the hard road. They resist the world's illusions. They reject the poisoned feast of fame, power, and artificial enlightenment. They fast in spirit. They sharpen their vision. They study the ancient fires. They endure mockery. They let the world crucify them rather than betray the divine within. These are the ones who enter the chamber without fear, because they have already died to illusion. They have already passed through the fire. They carry not ego, but light, not arrogance, but reverence. These are the initiates, the ones who remembered who they were before they were born. To you, the one reading this is your reminder. Your body is temporary. Your social roles are illusions. Your opinions are wind. Your soul is eternal. Your time is short. You will stand in that chamber. You will see every single thing you did. You will feel how it affected others. You will remember the guidance you were given. You will know what you refused to become, and then your path will unfold. Upward or downward. Ascension is earned. Descent is default. You are being watched, not by some jealous God, but by the eternal part of you waiting to see what you'll do with the gift of choice. In the end, you return to the mirror. The only question that matters is this: did you become what you were meant to become, or did you waste your flame-feeding shadows? Jason Gray. I just completely agree with that, and a deep, deep part of me remembers that it's true, absolutely. And I remember knowing it so much more clearly as a child, and then as I've grown older and had so many trials and tribulations, it's easy to lose touch with that and to question and be consumed by the veil. So it's really great to have Jason's readings as a reminder, because he did have a death experience where he came back, and so he's speaking not just from theory here. And I completely agree with everything he says in that writing, which is why I've started to pay much more attention to my frequency and not allowing unhealthy frequencies into my life as much as I can, because that's really hard these days. But I quit drinking and smoking 50 days ago, and I can feel my frequency changing. And I know that's just going to continue. And it's really neat because it gives me such good motivation to continue on this path, knowing that it's about something much more important than just a drink or a smoke. And it's also a big reason why I'm a student of biofield tuning, which I had decided to take that path long before I ever found Jason's writings. But it's only recently that I've been able to join the courses, and that's all about our frequencies and helping to heal unhealthy frequencies that we carry in our field. So I'm really excited to be on this journey in that regard. So anyways, thank you, Jason, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.